Hey, so this hopefully is going to be a really short video to introduce you to Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800. Why am I doing this? Well, in Florida, and for Florida cases, in Florida courts, you have to cite in accordance with Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800. I know you're screaming, I've done all the ICW exercises, and I'm working really hard to understand the Blue Book, and now you're introducing something else. Well, what I want to point out to you is for 9.800, there's only two things that really change. There are some minor things, but in your everyday usage, there are two things that are different. So let's get started. So the first thing that's different is the way you recognize the courts at the end of a citation. So as you can see, if you look down on the bottom of the page to the Blue Book version, you will see Sotolongo v. State, 530 Southern 2nd, 514. But the Blue Book requires you to put for a District Court of Appeal opinion from a state case, the name of the case, so here that's FLA, period, and then Discut app for District Court of Appeal. That makes sense when you are in another state or in the federal court system because they don't really care about what district court you're citing to. So it's very general. This just lets the reader know that it comes from an appellate case in Florida, as opposed to what appellate court in Florida. What 9.800 does is it turns around and it makes you identify the name of the District Court of Appeal, the name of the appellate court. So everything about the site looks exactly the same until you get to the parentheses. And here you see FLA period space 2D, which means that's from the Second District Court of Appeal, because that's what the DCA stands for, and then the date. So I want you to be really certain and pay attention, because under Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure, if you were citing to the First District Court of Appeal, note that the First District Court of Appeal is abbreviated with the number 1 and the ST. The ST is not superscripted, so they don't turn into small numbers and go up. You have to make sure that they stay the same size font next to the number. For the Second District Court of Appeal, instead of 2ND, it is 2D. Again, no superscript, so it's not second or even second without the superscript, it's 2D. For the Third District Court of Appeal, same thing, it's 3D. So it's not third with the RD, as you would say it out loud, or third with the RD not in superscript. Same thing with the fourth, there is no superscript. Same thing with the fifth, there is no superscript. Same thing with the sixth, there is no superscript. So other than the court identifier, the citations between the Blue Book and the citations under Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800 are the same. The other major difference between the Blue Book and excuse me, Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800 is statutes. So you will see in the Blue Book version, they require you to cite to a state statute as FLA period, stat period, space, the section mark sign, space, and then the name of the statute and the date. However, in Florida, because you're usually in Florida court citing a Florida statute, they want you to put the number of the statute first, because that's what draws the most attention. So under 9.800, that same statute would be cited section sign space, the statute number, comma, FLA period, stat period, 1973. Those are the two big differences between the two. I've posted Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800 for you on Canvas, and you have a Florida Rule of Appellate Procedure 9.800 assignment that you need to fill out, which is comparable to an ICW, only you're not doing it online. You will actually do it from an actual Word document. That's it. I'll see you all next time.